Hey everyone, Boogly Woogly here, lead designer of Amoeba Battle with another match analysis. We have 4 players in this game, and we'll see how this one goes. Oh, that's not good. So my amoebas are split between these two areas here. I do like wasps. I'm in the bottom right corner of this map. I do know this map. This area is a little bit dangerous because if the miasma closes on it, there's only 2 exits. So this is a difficult, or not difficult, but a tricky part of the map to be next to. If I stay here, there's potential for a lot of food and mitochondria, though that would leave me with a problem about getting out in case something goes wrong. So I can see there's a mitochondria here. I need to get access to it, so I'm going to have to start punching this rock. I'm pretty sure I can't just deploy, can I? No, I can't. So I'm going to need to get some vision of that mitochondria. So far I haven't seen, of course, I was just about to say I haven't seen anyone, and there's the wild. Alright, so let's... Oh, looks like there's 2 sets of wild shooting me from multiple places here. I don't really have enough locusts to be able to fight all those people. Another problem is meteor storms in this area is a little hard to maneuver, so that'll be a little difficult. But it seems like there's nobody around, so I have all this food to myself. Please excuse the beep. That's one of our dev tools pinging me in the background there. So I know the wild are coming through here at some point, and that's going to be a little difficult to deal with. I am stuck between 2 sets of wild. There's the wild right there. I'm going to have to fight them off because there's no way out. This is... I mean, I guess I could bypass them. But once they get on this algae tree, it's going to be really hard to dislodge them, so I think it's just going to have to be lots of locusts here, just to try to knock out these guys and secure this area. The first miasma is going to be the biggest tell of what I'm going to do, because if it closes on this area, if I can secure access to this area, then that's good. It seems like nobody's really coming over here. But if it forces me to leave, that's going to be a problem for me. I'm going to have to migrate out. So far, I still have a lot of energy. I'm at the amoeba cap. I only have 1 upgrade. I haven't seen another player yet, so we are just waiting for them. I have 3 algae trees here, 1, 2, 3, which is good. And we just have to see if the miasma closes on me or not. And it sorta is, but also sorta not. So I think this is still okay. I can live with this. I can still escape in a way. I am at the unit cap, which is a little bit of a problem. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for my 2nd upgrade first to see what I want to do here. I don't have any access to any spawning pools. And this miasma is going to cut off this other exit here, which means I only have 1 exit, which is this. So it looks like really wants me to go wasp. So I will go wasp. I'm going to split my army into 2 parts. I'm going to make this kind of like the feeding dudes, and these guys are going to be like my explore dudes. So I'm going to start turning these guys into wasps, and then using the food here to feed them, while these guys go out and explore a bit. So I'm going to take these wasps and put them on these trees. I don't know what's going on out here, so let's just check it out. So a research token here. The meteor storm is up there, and a research token was here, which means somebody died, so there was at least a little bit of a battle. Let's take a look at how my wasps are doing. So because of the algae regen on the grass for herbivores, it's actually pretty easy to keep them alive, even if they're in the miasma. The miasma will deal increasing damage based on how how much it's covered the map. So if the miasma covers most of the map, it's going to do a lot more damage. Whereas if it only covers a small part, which is what it is now, it's pretty light. It's only the outer edges. It'll probably be okay for my wasps to stay in there and not die. There seems to be a bunch of people here. So blowing up mitochondria is always good because you can get some free research tokens and you deny energy to other people. Looks like I'm in 3rd place right now, which is not bad. Of course, I don't have a lot except for just massive locusts here. Let's keep making locusts. And let's start feeding them. So this might have regrown already. Looks like there's a veteran AI here who's trying to get in on this area. And I'm going to try to bottleneck this right there. Although that's not a good thing right there. Never mind. I'm going to fall back to the grass so that I can use the grass. What are these dudes doing out here? It looks like they're kind of dealing with a bunch of stuff out here. I don't know if this orange player is actually going to come in or not. I guess we'll find out shortly. It looks like he's just kind of wandering around out here, so he might be running from someone else. Actually, he's number 1, so I'm going to have to be careful about this guy. Actually, let's move out, because he's now kind of stuck in this area. I can bottleneck him with the locusts a little bit, and I can just start shooting people at will. So let's get on over here. I gotta be careful of the second miasma because if it closes on this area, then I'm definitely in trouble. And while my locusts are sadly falling, I will replicate the wasps to create more of them. Since I have both of the wasp upgrades, I'm definitely doing a lot of damage to these guys. Plus 50%. Let's see what I want. Let's do plus 50%, I think, attack speed, or 33%, 50%. And plus 2 attack range, which means I'll be able to shoot basically anything. But we want to make sure that we keep a line of locusts available. And so this undergrowth is a problem for my wasps because they are not herbivores, so they will take a lot of damage going through it, and these guys want to do it the hard way. So I have a good line here. I'm going to start focus firing on this rhino, and luckily the miasma is in my favor. There's a 3-way battle going on right now between these 3 players. And I do have a lot of extra energy, so I'm going to drop a poison probe right here. And this should allow me to break out. Okay. So it looks like I've broken out. I'm going to replicate. I'm going to get on this grass so that I can make good use of the grass and eat this microalgae. I definitely want to maybe try to focus on herbivores, so I'm going to get the queen upgrade. Because I have the big the cyst increase health, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade, or mutate rather, a queen right here, and just try to protect it as best as I can. I hear a rhino somewhere around here, so I want to take out this right away. There's that rhino. So let's take out that rhino right there. Once his okay, there goes one player. So he was number 1, and now he's gone. But there's a lot of people in this area now. I still have a nice mitochondria right there, gather probe, so that's good. Nobody can really deal with it. They can't really take advantage of, can't blow it up or anything like that. I might want to take that one too, since it's relatively close. Let's go ahead and go over there. Let's go with well-fed bonus. Yeah, looks like this person did. So let's go ahead and take that out and put our own right there. I do have a lot of energy, so I should be able to take out these guys. They have their own wasps, but my wasps are better. Looks like there's more mitochondria in this little nook here. So let's grab this one too. And, I don't know. I guess we do have a front line of locusts. Maybe we should change this front line of locusts. Although, I'm not quite sure what to do about it. Let's keep eating. So I do have the well-fed buff, remember? So I want, or rather the well-fed, don't I? Yeah, right there, stuff. So I want to keep feeding my wasps and etc. so that they can get well-fed and do extra damage. I believe in this area there's more algae trees around. There's one right there. I don't know if oh, yep, there's a tree right there. Okay, great. So again, it's in the miasma, but it's not a big deal for these guys. They should be able to handle it. Let's get my queen out of here. I do not... Oh, that's a problem. So we definitely need to get my dudes out of here because I have mostly tier 1 units, and we do not want them to get squished by meteors. So let's head on out of here. If I had more omnivores, I might want to get into this meteor storm and try to pick up some tokens, but because this area is largely filled with undergrowth, I will lose a lot of people if I try to do that. So let's just try to get through here and not die in the process. So let's make some more wasps and feed these guys more. Again, I have maxed out energy, so I'm just gonna mutate into another queen here. Just try to feed my wasps as much as possible so they can do as much damage as possible. Somebody knocked this out, and somebody knocked that out. So somebody's been digging around in here. I don't know who that was. I am number 2. That was a green player, so I don't think they're on the list just yet. They're not on the third place and up, so not too worried about that at the moment. Loudspeaker is on the list. He does have a lot of apparently wasps because he has Wasp is his MVP, so I want to keep a reserve of poison probes energy just in case I run into somebody that I might need to do that. It might be good to actually pick up some Ursas, so I'm gonna make an... Actually, I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna drop another gather probe on this mitochondria because I could use the energy, and I do have a good amount of energy, so I'm just gonna keep that. I could move from tree to tree. There's 3 trees here, but the undergrowth is going to make it difficult in case I get attacked to regroup, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stick in this one tree and hang out and try to focus my efforts here. Being in the corner of the map at the moment is good. I don't have a lot of people around me. I'm pretty secure in my position, so I know most people are going to come from either the north or the east. Unlikely that they will come from any other direction unless they're wild, in which case I can generally handle the wild. I think this player is almost dead. I don't think they have a lot of stuff. Again, I want to try to keep 60 energy for a poison probe in case I need it. So I'm not going to really... Oh, Ursa's fine. So I'm not really going... Okay, so it looks like that's a signal for only a few players left. Looks like there's 4 players left. Loudspeaker, myself, an AI at the top here. I could mutate another Ursa, but I don't want to because I want to... Oh, here we go. It's probably going to be a big battle here. Or no, he's stepping off. So this is not good. I'm gonna have to go into this terrible place that I do not want to be in. But alas, I have to because of the miasma. So let's just try to sneak in here. I mean, assuming there's no meteor storm, this is a decent place to make my stand, even though there's no grass, because there is very limited entrances. So it's pretty hard to get a surround on me. I'm going to move my queens. Make sure to keep replicating my locust, keep taking... Oh, so I don't like... So, okay, so great. So I did not like how he was able to hit my units from within the fog of war, and I couldn't see him, but because he was in the miasma and it closed on him, he had a lot of trouble, and he lost a bunch of dudes, I think, or at least he lost several. I'm gonna replicate this guy right here. He lost at least several wasps that were shooting me from inside. So he definitely has explosive wasps. So all I really have to do is hold out here. Oh, I don't want to lose that. Oh no, he died. All right, so just keep replicating Locust and push him out. Hopefully. So let's drop that. Let's replicate. Oh no, why'd you go the long way? I'll keep replicating. And now he's kind of stuck. I think he mostly just has this one locust left. There we go. That's the game. So I was able to win that game largely by positioning. Again, I have the 2 wasp upgrades, which make them really formidable as long as you can protect them. They did try to put some poison probes down, but I was able to snipe them off with my wasps before they could do too much damage. Also, the Ursa was able to soak at least some of the damage. Hopefully, I wasn't quite sure where he was going, but I know he was around this area, I think, at one point. But so this area, even though I didn't have grass, the grass was on the edge. I could have gone for the grass, but I decided to opt for this area, and that was the right call because the miasma started closing over here as opposed to over here. So if I had been here, I would have been forced to move, and the locust probably would have just cut me off, and I wouldn't have been able to get into the safe zone. So yeah, so this is a textbook example of how you can use a terrain to your advantage. 3 openings. I think there were 2 players left. They were fighting each other, and the queen and the wasp were able to snipe anybody that was remotely dangerous, and I just had to make sure that the locusts couldn't beat me in the end. And I put down you may have noticed I put down a cryo probe at the end there, as opposed to a poison probe, because I know the miasma was closing, and the strength of the locusts in the end game is to take up space. So, you know, if you can't maneuver and they push you out of the safe zone, then you'll just die to the miasma. That's how you would win with a locust strategy. So the cryo probe was there to prevent them from getting to this area before I could get there, so that I could occupy this space. And since he had locusts and he was on this undergrowth, he actually wouldn't have been slowed down. So that would have been potentially dangerous for me, because he would have been able to move at full speed. But he didn't have a lot of stuff left at that point. I wasn't quite sure because this wall was blocking line of sight. But anyway, so that's the first game, rather the game for today. First game of today, rather. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. My name is Boogly Woogly. I am the lead designer of Amoeba Battle, and I will see you guys next time.